Floyd Mayweather hit me in the head one time with a bottle and opened me, and I had like 20 stitches. I want you to die. I want you in jail. I was paralyzed for 6 months. Like, it was crazy. You could go through life through like all this craziness that happened. Just be in the moment and focus.
All right, guys, here we go. New guest here today is Leidy. You're gonna learn more about her story and her hero's journey. She is an artist, and she's gonna tell more about like what brought her into like the art world. She's from Colombia, but she lived in America most of her life. So I'm curious to know about like this transition from Colombia to the States. She lives in Miami now. She does a lot of things. She's very polyedric and creative. So I welcome you, Leidy. Thanks for coming. And yeah, let's go.
Thank you. So excited. Let's see.
Let's see what happens. So obviously I usually start by asking like, where were you born? Where are you from? And you said Colombia. Like,
yeah, I'm from
where
Cali,
exactly?
Colombia. From Cali. It's a beautiful place, you know. I mean, Medellin is way better, but I'm from there. I moved here to the United States, to Las Vegas, when I was 15.
Oh, wow.
Then learned English super quick. I remember when I was in Colombia, they were trying to teach me English, and I got kicked out of private school because I didn't want to learn. And then
You didn't want to learn English?
English. And then right away, we moved to the States.
Oh, you came with all your family here?
Yeah, my mother and my brothers. My mother got married, and then we moved. And right away in that school, I learned English. I got a diploma for learning it so fast.
Really?
In 1 year, yes.
So from going zero to like being super... Like,
yeah, I usually do that, like go from
proficient.
one thing to another. Yes, I'm very active, very hyper, very happy.
How was the transition? Like, because I'm also an immigrant, so I can relate to moving from your country to a different country.
I mean, when you're little, you don't notice all the problems that are happening with the adults, you know. But yeah, some stuff happened here and there. But eventually, we did pretty good. Went to high school. I learned how to be like, I studied hotel management after graduating.
Oh, wow.
And then I remember I bought a Hummer and I parked it backwards and I hit 2 cars. So then the whole Venetian hotel was like, excuse me, you want to be a manager and you did this? I'm like, oh my God, I got cut. So they kicked me out of there. So then I started doing other things.
Wait, but this was in Vegas?
Yeah.
How is Vegas? I've never been. Like,
Vegas is so fun, and now it had grown so much because that was like 15 years ago. Now it's so much better because now they have like the football, the basketball arenas, everything, all arenas. The ball that they made, the spear that you go into concerts, whatever is happening in that moment is so much fun.
Really?
Yes, I love Vegas. It's just like a fun place.
So it's not just like casinos and nightlife.
It's casinos and nightlife and restaurants, yes, but it's also entertainment.
Okay.
It's fun. Like now, F1, like just like they have things, they're like exciting entertainment stuff. And then even if you go just for like restaurants or like even the best clubs ever, which is like Excess, it's like one of the most beautiful, biggest clubs I ever been.
Really?
It's so much fun. It's like, I mean, me growing up there, of course, like I was like a troublemaker. But eventually I got married like 2 times.
Okay.
Once when I was 18, the other one when I was like 20 something.
Okay.
But yeah, I had my single moments that I was just like troublemaking in Las Vegas, like when you're 21.
But wait, you're going too fast. I want to go back to Colombia.
Okay,
because
let's
I'm
go to
curious about
Colombia.
So you moved when you were 15. So you obviously remember like your first 15 years.
Yes.
How is Colombia? Because also I've never been there.
It's nice. I mean, before, when you were a child, you would go outside in the streets and play, you know. Like, I remember playing with kids. Like, just, it was different than how you see kids nowadays. Like, you know.
Everyone on their
I'm
phones.
sure you also, when you were younger, well, all of us.
Out. Yeah.
Playing,
yeah.
Nobody was going to kidnap you or anything like that.
Oh.
Like now, you know. But it was fun. I had a lot of fun when I was a kid.
Cali is on the beach coast?
No, Cali is like more like by the mountains. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not really like a super beautiful place. It's more full of people, but it is like where the best doctors
The best
are.
doctors?
Yeah, like now it's known to be like the best surgeries come from Cali, Colombia.
Like the teeth and
Teeth and boobs
plastic
and
surgery?
booty and everything.
Okay, I had no idea
But yeah,
about that.
my growing up was like nice, childish. I had two brothers, so it was fun.
Okay.
I remember I used to help my mother sell. She had a store, and she used to be a publicist, giving like flyers with skates and the lights. So I used to
Ah.
just help her selling stuff and going door to door and doing stuff like that.
Okay. Why, if you can share, like, why did you guys move to America? There was it like a moment, an episode?
Yeah, my mom was really known. Her business was really popular. It was like before there was no phones or anything. So she was doing the publicity for all the like let's say CVS there and like stores or whatever. And Woman in Skates, she created that Woman in Skates giving flyers so people could go because that's how publicity was before.
But what is Woman in Skates?
Woman in like skates at the lights giving flyers to cars so people could go into the businesses, because before we didn't have like phones.
Your mom was on the skates?
My mom and her team, she had a whole team, and that was like her business. She was like a smart businesswoman.
Or no, you were too young?
I was too young. I would grab the flyers and I would make like paper planes and sell them at school. Because I used to like to buy like little birds that were colorful.
Yeah.
And so I would like make money to do that.
Okay. So she created this business out of nowhere. And you said it was going good?
Yeah, she did really good. And then something happened with, in Colombia before, like a lot of mafia and this and that. So whatever, she ended up getting married to an American soldier.
Oh.
And then he was in love with her. It was a beautiful wedding. And then we came to the States. And we were in the States.
Did you like this guy?
Yeah, he was really nice. But and then once we were here in Las Vegas, because what he did was like throwing planes with bombs. That's like, he was like how do you call those armies? They're like in the air. Navy.
Air Force?
Air Force,
no, Navy's on the
No,
water.
okay, sorry. I got him all confused.
No, okay, Air Force. Oh, so he was like like a pilot or something.
Air Force, yeah, he was a pilot. So he had like a good range. That's why all of us came from Colombia. My mom was like
your mom and
only
three
and
kids.
our 3 kids. Yeah, she always was the mom and dad. She took care of us. You know, my dad is also very successful there, but my dad is like a player. He has 9 kids with 9 different women. He's the biggest jeweler there.
9 different
all
women.
the jewelries and nightclubs and everything. That's my dad. But
Okay.
me and my dad, we don't have a very close relationship. I don't know why. If I'm like the more like they'll pretty much think or act like him, like a business. I mean, all my brothers.
Well, your mother was also an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my dad. Yeah.
Huh. Wow. Okay. So
that was
Vegas. From Colombia to Vegas. You're going to school. You're buying hammers.
I know.
Did you like going to school?
I was a nerd. I loved school.
Really?
Oh my God.
I would have expected
a straight A student from Colombia, only didn't want English. And then how I came to the States and I learned English in 1 year, it was completely like, my mom was like, you see, like, you're a nerd. Like, so I always just do what I want, pretty much, So that's what it was.
How did you learn so fast? Did you have like
I liked this little technique. American boy outside of my house, and I was like, I wrote it all over my body, like your eyes, lips, hair, so then I put it all together. Where are you? Hi, how are you? Like everything. And then I just like started learning so much because I wanted to talk to him.
Did you talk to him?
I ended up saying a lot of things, but when you learn English, you have this really strong accent.
Yeah.
Which I still have an accent.
No, I don't hear.
Okay, good.
I mean, yeah,
I'm American. But yeah, when I speak Spanish, I'm like a American. Like all the Colombians are like, no, you don't speak Spanish that well. I love English now, but I speak Spanish. I read Spanish.
Is there a big Latino community in Vegas?
Yeah. All Mexicans are there because it's close.
Mexicans?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
A lot of Mexicans.
So Colombians no?
Yeah. So when I was in high school, I learned English like Mexican because all my friends were Mexican, which I loved it.
What
They
is
like literally. I used to hang out with like the gangsters. They all had my back. I was
Cholos?
cholos, and I was like I used to watch like soap operas, of course, and now like the little girls soap operas with all the little things in their hair and the shoes with like platform, and I was so girly and like all pink and yellow, and then and I'm like with the gangsters had my
Hanging
back
out with
because
the-
I also was like people make fun of my brother, and I would like want to get a fight with girls because nobody
You?
can make fun of my brother. Yeah, for different reasons,
So you were girly, but you were also like a badass.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I'll get away with everything. And somehow the little gangster boys like always had my back. Like, yeah.
What did you
And
get?
because I went to a high school where it was like a lot of like gangsters.
Public?
Yeah, it was like a lot of gangsters and stuff. But in high school, I did so good, like straight A student, and I did so many classes that like when I was like in 11th and 12th grade,
Yeah.
I started doing hotel managers because I had more time for college.
Okay.
So I didn't have that many hours for high school.
Okay.
So I was going to like a school for like it was called ATT for like technical.
Okay.
So that's how I got into like hotel manager.
And then you said you got kicked out.
And I was also a swimmer. Like I used to
Damn, how
win
many
in.
things you're doing.
Yeah, I used to be a dancer, like how cheerleaders.
Yeah.
So when the dance team will come out, nobody's like, no cheerleaders. They're like dance team, dance team. So we were like the famous ones in high school, and then I also did swimming.
Oh my God.
And
You were hyperactive?
I just always did stuff. Yeah, like maybe it's that, or maybe it's just because we had a lot of time. My mom was working, and she was a single mother,
Yeah.
so we had to stay after school to do other things and to get out of
What
work.
about her partner? He was always
No,
trying to-
my mom is always been like a very strict single mom. Didn't let no men around to protect us. All the way, like if she had a boyfriend or whatever, they never really lived with us. They never came home.
Not even this guy.
She was really.
The soldier. He
Oh
was-
well, we only lived with him for like a year because they got in an argument and he kicked us out.
No.
And so the government gave us all 14 years of citizenship. Not citizenship, but like residency, because she was a single mother and she was with the soldier, and the soldier is the one that put all our bags outside to kick us out, like go away. So when they took us, the government gave my mother like a
Shelter?
government house, yeah, and then she had a job.
What's it called? The program 8?
I don't know, it's like an apartment, which it was nice. We felt like comfy, and the mom was working, and I was making sure taking care of my brothers.
How
They're
old
younger.
were you when this happened?
14, 15, 16.
Damn, so you were taking care of your brothers.
Yeah, we would just go to school early, so we were really focusing to like learning and like just being successful. Since little, my mom was teaching us like how to do things the right way, because she's
Okay.
like a single mother. She never had a mother. Her mother got killed when she was a baby, so her dad gave her away to a family. So when she grew up,
She was adopted.
like, yeah, she grew up with. So of course, when she had me, she was like she never had a mother. So she was like, my baby, that's the only thing I have in life, So she loves me, literally. And my brothers too. She loves us.
What, your brothers are here in Miami?
One lives here. He's like the main VIP for space. So, hey, you guys gotta bother my brother.
What's his name?
Andres.
Andres. Hey,
Yeah.
Andres, what's up, man?
Yeah, space is like a crazy club in Miami. The lines are crazy, but everybody wants to at least try it once. But
I've never been to space.
It's like 24-hour club that like, my brothers like sometimes like, why you tell people about me? Like, leave me alone.
Oh, yeah, he
'Cause
doesn't wanna
then
be-
he'll take care of them,
What's your mother's name?
Margarita.
Margarita. And where is she?
She's in Las Vegas.
Okay. Hi, Margarita. So
Yeah.
far, you amazing. Like you're.
She's
a hero.
beautiful. She's also super hyper and smart. She just learned how to she learned how to make everything. Like her whole house, she dropped it down by herself and the floor and everything. And now she knows electricity. She learned through like YouTube, and now she did the whole electricity of the house. She put all the lights in there.
This
Now
one,
she's
yeah.
like outside of her house, which is like 1 acre. So she has a lot of space.
Uh-huh.
She used to work at the wing for a long time, and then now she stopped working there, and now she's like in the 3rd floor of the houses in her house, with electricity, with the bathroom flushing, with the showers. Like, it's something that you never seen before.
She's a Wonder Woman.
She's like super like hyper. Sometimes I'm like, why am I so like active? And he's like, well, look at my mom, 65 years old, and she's over there putting electricity in the second roof of the new house in the back.
Is she with someone now or single?
Yeah, her husband is 10 years old younger than her.
Okay.
Also, very smart guy. He's the one that did all the flowers and all the things at the wind. So whenever you go to the wind and see all the flowers and all the decorations in the floor, that's her husband. He did that.
Latino or?
Latino, Mexican. And he's 10 years younger than her. And he still can't keep up with my mom. He's like, your mom is just so crazy. She drives me crazy. And then the funniest thing is, like, I'm not a jealous person. Like, I love, like, having fun and, like, doing whatever happiness with friends and like boyfriends and whatever. But my mom is like, where is my boyfriend or husband? Alfredo! And she's like,
Alfredo.
outside she goes crazy if she can't see him. Like, he must be cheating on me. And
Mom's
like
jealous?
the most jealous person I ever seen in my
God.
life.
Like she does like the drama.
Like, and
typical.
I'm completely not jealous. I'm not jealous of my friends. I'm not jealous of people having better, like, nothing.
Like your mother like throws chanclette and all of that.
She's like, where is my husband? And like goes crazy. And I'm like, Mom, how come I'm not like that? Like, I will share my husband with everyone.
Oh my God. Okay.
Or maybe I haven't been in love. But
All right. So we are in Vegas, high school management. You went to management, but then didn't work out.
yeah, it didn't work out. So I started like dancing for the Palms. And I remember
That's a hotel, right?
and like a hotel, yeah. I started go-go dancing, and I was like, oh my God, the most famous go-go dancer. Then,
Go-go dancer, you striptease.
no, go-go dancer is in the club. You know those girls that dance in the club?
Yes.
Like they're really dancing. Like,
By your
you know.
dress.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Whatever
the
the
man
club.
put the money.
And it was a real club. And it's in the hotel.
Okay.
Like excess.
You're a
Like
ballerina,
when you go to
okay.
live, the girls they're dancing dressed like with soldier stuff
Got
and
it,
whatever,
okay.
like with like costumes and stuff.
Got it.
Like the entertainment part.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So I was doing that. It was fun, you know. Then I started
Lot of
dating some
money?
guy that, I mean,
You make money?
I always made money. Like, yes, money's always been around me, but I never really like focus on like or being addicted to it. Like, a lot of money, oh my God, like, you know, no, just enjoy. And yeah, being able to buy whatever I want.
So
But so it
dancer-
was funny dancing there. And then I had this crazy boyfriend that was like a maniac, and he started beating me, some Salvadorian guy. So
Okay.
I went through that stage of being with a man that beats you. And
How
like,
old were you?
I was 21.
Okay.
So then dating this guy, I remember, it was bad. I didn't even know how to leave him. He would like used to put guns, like, I'll kill you if you try to leave me and stuff like that. Terrible. He would hit me with the guns and like make me bleed. And for like 2 years into like got in this crazy accident. So he was really rich, like Salvadorian mafia. And then I remember that he bought me a Porsche Cayenne. I was like the youngest girl with like a Porsche Cayenne. And then I parked it in my garage. And when I got out, the truck started rolling back. It grabbed my feet and then it dropped me to the floor. And the whole truck passed on top of me, broke my pelvis, my ribs, my
The
lungs.
truck went over your car.
Over my whole body. Like I fell in the floor and the truck went all over my body.
You couldn't go like.
No, I was already outside the truck, but I guess somehow it was, I don't know what happened. It was weird. Anyways, it was like 4 p.m. on July like 20 or something like that. And the truck rolls over, like breaks everything, goes through my collarbone. You see this?
And you
like it's broken. It went through my head and everything.
So, were there like in this
in
the
the
truck was
floor,
going-
in the street.
You couldn't do anything. You couldn't move.
No, it just grabbed my feet and threw me to the floor. So then it went all over my leg, everything. It broke everything. It broke knees, pelvis, ribs broke. My lungs collapsed. I had tubes breathing for me for 6 months in the hospital. I was in coma 21 days. And then it took me 1 year in a wheelchair to walk again. I didn't feel my legs for like a whole year. Like when I had machines breathing for me for 6 months, I couldn't stand up, so people would like clean me. They told me I'm never gonna walk again, whatever.
Oh.
You don't really pay attention what's going on when
You
you're
thought you
going
were
through.
paralyzed.
Yeah, I was paralyzed for 6 months. Like It was crazy. And I was 21. I barely turned 21, like 10 days. So, and then I had that guy that was beating me. So since I was in coma like 21 days, they were holding him because since he used to beat me up, my mom thought he tried to kill me, you know. But when I woke up from coma, I was like, no, the trucker, I remember everything that happened.
Remember everything.
Yeah, because if not, he would have been in jail forever, you know. But and then after I got out, he's still like, no, I'll take care of her. He was obsessed with me, like, no, make sure she's okay. And then oh my God, this guy was so crazy. He like, after I learned how to walk again, imagine a year and a half later, then the guy's like, you're gonna drive the truck again. And I was like, no, I don't want, that scares me. He grabbed my head and boom, hit my head with the door of the closet and opened it. Like made a hole. So I was like getting in my knees and like, please God, please teach him a lesson so he stops. Anyways, that morning I went to my mom and he went somewhere, and because it was like 6 a.m. that he came from somewhere and he like did that to me. You're not gonna drive the truck, and went crazy. Then he took off the car. He took with the truck. Anyways, he ended up crashing, and the girl that hit him, her friend died, and he came out of the back and he was like, what the hell, like this truck is true what you said. And like he was in the hospital. He called me and I was telling my mom like, oh my God, look at the truck, I didn't want to drive it because you see. And eventually it took somebody's life, you see.
What happened to this guy?
So he was like doing some bad business, and he eventually ended up going to jail for something he was doing in his own life, you know. But I ended up leaving him after that because I told my mom like, yeah, he beat me before the truck crash. So my mom went and grabbed all my clothes. We went with like a bunch of people because we were scared of him. He had like guns and everything. And then we took all my clothes, and then that's it. He was trying to get a hold of me. I eventually met another guy that was like taking care of me and protecting me, which he was my husband for like 5 years.
Oh, you got married with this guy?
Yeah, to another guy that was like, no, I was like scared to like be seen or anything with this like Salvadorian guy, you know. It's so scary. Thank God he went to jail for 5 years, because then I didn't see him no more. My life with the marriage was like amazing and peaceful.
Your husband?
Yeah, the husband at the time, some Lebanese guy.
Where's this guy from?
He was from Lebanon. We used to own like a hookah lounge, and he used to own a hookah lounge, a restaurant, and he teach me how to open one. Yeah.
Okay.
In Las Vegas, very like the most famous little hookah lounge. It was so much fun.
Is it still open?
Yeah, he still has it. He opened big hookah lounges there, and he used to work with Gino from 11. Gino used to own Empire Ballroom, and like, so then he used to work with my husband. My husband used to be like doing like hookahs in Empire Ballroom at the time, you know. So we had a lot of fun growing up, and like life shows you, or you could go through life through like all this craziness that happen. Like, I don't know, maybe some people's lives it's not as crazy as mine, but oh my God. I mean, I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes you hang out with me one day and people always tell me like, oh my God.
What happened?
It's like a movie being with you. What's going, yes. It's like, I don't know what's going to happen the next day. Because I never had like a normal day or like a normal job or like for too long. Like I don't know. I guess I'm meant to be experiencing different things in life, you know?
Okay.
I don't know. My story is crazy, which I'm going to make a book and hopefully a movie when I am really old. And then
Why old? We'll do it now.
Yeah, but no, your books are made after you like turn into a legendary. Like you have something to like, you know, like later on, which my dream or what I want to do is like, now that I'm painting, I want to make my art really known and famous, like what I imagine, like in galleries and museums, and be able to like have big donations and like and be able to like help a lot of people, poor people that are suffering, kids or whatever is happening, because I've been through a lot. Like help women, they have men, they like hurt them. Like now I have a kid with a Russian guy that's making my life miserable. He wished, like literally text me every day that he wish I died, I was in jail. Like he hates
everything. You're going too fast. Wait, I'm losing you.
Okay. Yeah, because it's like, it's a little short time of life, but it's like so many things going on.
I know. But,
all right. Let's take it easy.
5 minutes and we take a break. So, okay, you had this accident. you recover, you were with this guy, and then he has an accident, he goes to jail, you're in Vegas. Margarita is there, she's telling you, hey, listen, like you gotta
My mom.
strain your life or this
I
or
mean, my
that.
mom, imagine a mother going through that, through like her kid in coma, and then with machines breathing for your kid for so long. Because I still, like, you know, when you have machines breathing for you, you're not really there. You're still like
You're in
not
coma.
there. But after the coma, I came out and I was still had for 6 months, big, huge machines in both sides. They were my lungs, the machines.
So you couldn't breathe from your...
Yeah, I had no muscles. No, I could breathe, but like the machines are. I don't know if you
Helping
ever
you
seen.
breathe.
Yeah,
With the lungs.
They have the fluid in there and everything. It's crazy how, you know, you could survive if you know. And I was an organ donor at the time. I think like my mom was really fighting the doctors, like, you are not taking my daughter, like, you know, like when I was in coma, you are not taking her off coma. Like she was, of course, she didn't have a mother, so she was like, nobody's taking my kid. So, yeah.
Let me ask you something. You said you remember everything. Do you remember while you were in coma?
Oh my God, no.
You know,
Coma was
so
blank.
that's like a blackout.
It's black. It's nothing. That's why sometimes when people talk about, I mean, there's been other moments that I being close to death that I seen that white light that they talk about. Like, you see that white light?
No.
Yes.
Near-death experience
I've
you
seen
had?
them like 3 times. Yeah. And I'll tell you where. So.
Wait. I want to ask you that, but before, I have to slow you down because you're going.
Yeah, I'm so hyper. I
know,
like.
I know. Hold on. When you were in the hospital, so coma, you don't remember. You remember the accident, then you wake up and it's.
Then it's wake up. I'm like, yesterday this happened. The doctors were like, she's back. That was 21 days ago.
So, like, what pushed you through this moment of like darkness that you couldn't breathe, that you couldn't walk? Like, I don't know if you
It
were
wasn't
religious.
really darkness.
No?
It's like, no, it was like peaceful.
You liked
Maybe
being
because
at
I
the
had,
hospital?
yeah,
You did?
It was so peaceful. Maybe because I came out of a relationship that the guy was beating me up so much. Maybe being there was so peaceful to me.
So you enjoyed being in that.
Yes, like, yeah, taking care of me, people feeding me. Like, even though you're in so much medicine and healing,
You felt
that you just don't feel
cared for.
nothing, but you're just like, but yeah, somehow I felt peace the whole time into like I was learning how to walk again. That was the painful part, because they have to stand you and you are fainting because you haven't been stand up for so long, and then you're like your muscles, like after 6 months you have no muscle, nothing. It was just bone and skin. So I was like 80 pounds, like super like fragile, like falling, and people are like helping you move, or, you know, like everything.
What was motivating you, or what was like?
I don't know. You just want to. Like, what motivated me is because my toes started moving. So the doctors
Like,
came
you're
and
not
say, look, you're
paralyzed.
like, because they're like, you're not paralyzed. You are going to walk again. So when they gave me this news, then you're like,
I'm
oh my
fucking
God, yes. Which it took 1 year in a wheelchair. I still had to sit down. When they sent me home, I still was suffering and kind of like a little bit of depression, because sometimes I would just throw myself in the floor. Like, I'm never going to walk again, because it's just so, it was so hard. But you know, you have to be strong little by little. Then I started moving the legs and stuff. But it took, oh my God, so long. And I was in that age, 21, that I wanted it. I turned 21, I want to go in a club, and I'm
Wow.
here suffering. But now that you think about it, it wasn't as much bad as, you know, it was just like something that you pass through. But at the moment, yeah, you're like, oh, this is so hard, I'm not ever gonna happen. But yeah, we all have the power to heal. My mom prayed for me so much that when the doctors were like, you're never gonna walk again, she was praying so much. She told me that she went to every church, nobody would come pray with her. And so when she would come pray for me, she would do it from far away, and I could feel like a massage in my bones. And so the doctors were like, look, your pelvis was broken in a million pieces, like little pieces everywhere, because the truck was so heavy.
Yeah.
Everything healed, all the bones healed. Like, they didn't even need to like do anything.
You think that was your mom?
Yes, it's she has healing powers.
Margarita,
It's insane.
You're amazing.
Yeah, sometimes when people are like that, like broken or something that's happening, I bring them to my mom so she could do the prayer and
Es la
pray. Like,
curandera.
no, she just believes in God so much that she just does it like, I don't know what it is. It's amazing. when
take a
people
break.
believe so much, I think it's just like in you. So we all have to learn that we all have this power in our mind. When we really believe, we are able to move mountains, like what they say.
So we're in Vegas. You're doing go-go girl, go-go dancer. Go-go girl, go-go dancer.
Go-go dancer.
You're doing go-go dancer. You enjoy the entertainment world. You're meeting people. How old are you?
I was like 20. That was before the accident. So 19, 20.
Oh, that was before the accident.
Yeah.
So, okay, you have the accident. You break up with the guy. You get married with this other guy. You stay together 5 years. You have the restaurant. Let's go. What's next?
Then I had a billboard because my ex had like a famous restaurant that he opened new. And then I have one of my friends, Jeff Beechers, which is the one that controls all the midgets. And he used to have like a nightclub in LA called the Beechers Madhouse. He was my friend, so he tells me, hey, Michael Bay saw you in a billboard. Like, he's looking for a Latina girl for Transformers. Transformers
Michael Bay
3.
is a director, famous director.
Yeah, and then so I went to meet him, and he
in
was...
LA.
No, that was in Las Vegas. He was
Okay.
in Las Vegas looking for like a Latin, and there was a bunch of girls when I went. He saw me and he was like, oh my God, can you like act? And I was like, no, but what do you want me to say?
You never got into acting classes, nothing?
No, but I mean, when I was younger, I wanted it to do that. Like, I wanted it to be an actress. I wanted it to be on TV. Like, I did like
Telenovela?
Yeah, I will do like commercials for like a tire company or like stupid stuff.
In Colombia?
And
No.
in Vegas already, I was like 15, 16, 17. I was already like in the show industry, like go
Okay.
dancing and stuff like that.
Okay. Did you like it?
So then, yeah, I love all the farandula, what we say in Spanish. Like,
What is it?
It's called farandula, like all the show business, Like, it's fun, like when you see yourself in entertainment. Like, almost everybody now is doing it through their phones, like when they're filming themselves. It's like nice when you see like views and like you get admired. People like that. We like that. It's
Okay.
cool.
So you enjoy that and you wanted to do
Yeah,
more.
so when he was telling me, oh, act like this, da da da. So then I'm like,
What movies has he done, Michael Bay?
Transformers.
What else? Like
And also Bad Boys.
Okay.
And he's done other movies. Like, I remember I
Like
met
a
the
lot of
guy that
action.
killed Osama bin Laden, and he made a movie out of him. And when I met him in Puerto Rico, the guy was like, you know who I am? And I was like, huh? He was like, I'm the guy that killed Osama bin Laden. This is a really funny guy. And he was like, yeah, Michael Bay make a movie out of me. So I text Michael, I'm like, did you? And he's like, yeah, that's crazy that you met him. I was like, that's insane. And I just saw him like 2 weeks ago at the airport. He's like, Leidy, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God. Like, why? But he's a really funny guy now, but he's the one that like set up the whole operation to kill Osama.
It was like a Navy SEAL or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Hey, okay, you're with Michael Bay. He wants you in the movie.
yeah. So then whenever he's going to film, I fly to LA. I go... At the time, it was funny because I broke my hand, so I had a cast, like a real cast that you couldn't take it off. Somehow I got the doctor's number. So it was a Sunday. Michael's like, on Monday, we're filming, so you got to come. And I was like, oh my God, I have a cast. So he's like, well, you're going to have, just tell me if you're going to do it or not. So then I called the doctor. Thank God I had the doctor's number. The doctor opened the whole place where his services,
For you?
for me on Sunday. And I'm like, please, because I'm going to film tomorrow for Transformers 3. Like, what? And he was like, oh my God, but if I take off the cast, like, you're going to have to wear this other, like, plastic cast that you can't move your hand because then the bone is not going to heal right. And I was like, I don't care. Take it off. So he's taking it off with the machine, like, sure, like, cutting it. Then I fly in that Sunday night because on Monday we're filming. And Michael's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, oh, yeah, I just want to let you know that my hand is broken,
Where was it filmed?
In the studios, yeah,
Okay.
in the Hollywood studios. So then I went in the morning, and I'm like, they're like, everybody's like, I have to hold some papers, 'cause I have to act like a Latina in an office, you know. And I'm like, oh my God, it's hurting. And then Michael's being so,
What were you saying? What was your line?
the guy's like, why are you wearing this hoochie mama outfit? And I'm like, I do what I want. I'm gonna wear this because I want to. You know, you can't tell me nothing. But I'm with my hand, you know, broken. And
Hoochie
then
mama.
they treat me so good at the place. They did my makeup. They're like,
Yeah.
it spoiled me like crazy. It was amazing. Then like nothing. I finished the movie, and I took a flight back to Vegas. And I was like, oh my God.
Was
And
it
I
just
never
one
thought I
day?
was gonna come out, because I heard, you know, Michael sometimes does
cut the
scenes,
scenes.
and they cut it, you know.
Are you there? Can we see you?
Yes, you could see me. It's right there. You could see it. Watch Transformers 3. You're gonna see it. Yeah, when I was seeing the movies and I saw that, my mom was like going crazy. Oh my God, my dad.
Did you like working in movies?
I love it. It's so much fun. Of course, who doesn't want to see themselves in the big
For me,
scene?
because I did also, it's so boring.
I know, I love it. I also filmed a little bit of Hangover.
Okay.
I was like an extra, one of those girls running. I also filmed Mole Cop. I was supposed to be the front desk girl, and then somehow I was a little late, so they put me as an extra again. So I was like just there. When you're an extra, you're just running around and doing
Yes,
things for
yeah.
like 8 hours.
Correct.
But it's also fun. I like it. I know it's boring sometimes because you're like waiting into the moment they
You
have
wait
to
the
film.
whole day, yeah.
Yes, all day and everything. But I just, when you're patient and you're just, you know, like, there is moments, and then when it's like the action, and it's like so much fun. I
So-
love it. All my friends are producers, music producers and movie producers, and like most of the people that I know are like involved in this life. I'm very friendly, so I have a lot of people that I know and friends, and
In the movie industry.
and I just like always in the phone texting and calling people, and like just like I love being like a friend, you know, like just like somebody you could talk to.
Yeah, yeah.
I talk a lot, like you could see.
I can see that. I have to
So-
keep you in line. So you do the movie, you go back to Vegas, but then you were like, yo, I like a movie industry.
Yeah, I was like, am I
wanna-
gonna come out? Because, you know, movies take like a year to come out. So then I
Okay.
was like, you know, like, just waiting. But and then when they tell you to watch the movie, they inform you, you know, that you're like out. And
It's
then
gonna
when you
come
go
out.
see it, it's perfect.
So you
I
like-
also opened the Latin Grammys with Daddy Yankee. I did a music, like a video when he was like the comeback of Daddy Yankee. We did like a opening with him.
Okay.
And then did like, so when they opened the Latin Grammys, they also did like comedy that they were showing people for like the commercials, and I also did that.
Okay.
I always been like I just did a movie in Colombia, a very big movie that came out in theaters. I had a speaking part for that one too.
What's the movie?
It's called Límite de Tiempo.
Límite de Tiempo.
It's in my Instagram. Like, I put all the stuff that I've been working. Some of the stuff sometimes I forget. But yes, I like
What is your
movies. I
Instagram
want to
so
do
we-
more movies.
we don't forget.
Now my goal is to put my art in movies. I want, like, I'm telling like
wait,
Michael.
I want to
everyone.
get there. I want to get there.
Okay.
Wait. What is your Instagram if people want to?
My Instagram is Leidy Maso.
Okay, so all the cool
And I
stuff
have
that
one
she does.
art by Leidy.
You guys follow her and you see more of her
And
world.
I'm always posting crazy stuff, sometimes too sexy. And, you know, I have a daughter, she's 9 years old. So sometimes it's like, I have to be careful with posting too many crazy. But I literally post whatever comes in my head, like, or whatever I want. I just, you know,
It's your personality.
yeah, it's my personality to be like so like informed.
But okay, so back to Vegas. But you like movies, so you want to do more about movies.
Yeah.
What happens?
It's just fun. Like, now that I work with my art, and now that I'm older, I don't care too much to be in the movies now. I like want to see my work, because it takes me so long to make something. I put a lot of time and details. I'm like, or like, I get really proud. Like, I do these sculptures with little soldiers. Like, I do it perfect.
Wait. So you get into art.
Okay.
When that happens? Because I want to understand the.
Okay, so then
You're in Vegas doing dancing. You go to movies. You like movies, Transformers.
yeah,
type of
then I
thing,
get
yeah?
divorced. Then I do the movie, and I start dating like this football player, Mark Sanchez, you know, the quarterback for the Jets before.
You
So then
say
I'm-
all these names. I don't know any of these people.
Oh, okay.
I know Michael Bay because I watch movies.
So then I'm like traveling the world. I'm going here and there. I'm like having fun, like being single, being in movies. Then I moved to LA. I go to like school for acting.
Which one?
It was like a private small schools for acting and stuff
Okay.
that I just started going just so I could be better at the actings and stuff. I had some friends, very big producers, that were teaching me like how to act, and they'll take me to castings, and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot everything.
Are you good at memorizing lines?
Yes, but after a while, when they start telling you, oh no, or you see so many people, you get so nervous that you just forget. I don't know what it is. Some people remembers, but I guess it wasn't for me because I was just forgetting everything. I didn't know how to control my mind. I didn't know how to control nerves.
What technique did you study? Do you remember what type of technique?
So I know that in my school, there will be like, she's only good at action. Like, so whenever we're doing
Like
the school, I
improvising.
will forget everything. Yeah, I can only do like improvising and action. Like when
Okay.
something is like, well, you know, my teacher is like, okay, don't give Leidy any paper. Give her anything with that gun or action, because that's the only thing that she really likes, you know.
You wanted to be the
Mafia,
new
you know.
Victoria.
I want to be the new
Sofia Vergara.
Black Widow. Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much.
Is she? You
I
think
mean,
she's a good actress?
Amazing, super
She's funny.
good, and funny. That show, Family,
Yeah.
what's the show name? Modern Family or whatever. It's like she's just yeah, an idol for sure. Amazing, everything she accomplished. Like yes,
So okay, acting classes, LA. Did you like living in LA?
yeah. And then I came to Miami to have some fun, and I met this guy, and he fell in love with me. Like, he was like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with you. Like, I want to have a baby with you. He was so nice, and he was like amazing guy.
Okay.
So in love, like he treated me so good. He was like moving with me, so somehow like I got pregnant, and then me and him were like amazing. I changed my religion to Jewish because he's Jewish.
Okay.
And he was just like an amazing guy at the moment that I was with him. For 7 years I was with him, but and then it took him so long to like propose to me. So when he proposed to me after 7 years, he did it like in a bathroom, because I was like sick and tired of like, how long do I have to wait? Like, I converted. I'm like, so that's why I started doing art, because he wouldn't let me get a job or anything. He's like, has money. He's like, no, I want you home. I want to take care of it. Like, you have a daughter, take care of her. So that's what I was doing, painting at home and taking care of the daughter and
Okay.
cooking. Like, I was cooking like a chef, you know, every day, like making like amazing stuff.
What? So how?
So it was
when
like like a happy family all
no,
the
but
way.
wait. When was the moment where you were like, I'm gonna do painting, I'm gonna do art?
When the baby was 1, because my pregnancy, I was just sleeping the whole time. Like, I was like, I never sleep. But when I was pregnant, somehow that's it. I would fall asleep even if I drove somewhere. I would just fall asleep in the lights.
Wow.
Yeah, my daughter took all my energy. And now even when I hang out with her,
What's her name?
I get so tired. Ariana
Ciao,
Resnick. She's so beautiful and smart. She speaks 4 languages. She's
Oh, wow.
super smart. And so that's what it was happening. After 7 years that I waited for this ring, like, you know, the guy proposed to me in the bathroom of a hotel. It was my birthday. He bought himself like a freaking super expensive $200,000 watch, and he tells me, like, he doesn't even want to propose to me. I was like, you know what? I'm leaving you. Like, you buy yourself a gift and not me. He started acting super weird, so I just had to walk out with nothing. He proposed to me, and then 10 days later, he was like, no. Oh, that ring is 200,000. So I took it to a jewelry store, and I found out it wasn't. So then I was like, here's your ring. I don't want to be with you. Like, that's it. So I left with nothing. I just didn't care. I started from zero, and I was just focusing on my art and make sure, you know, that the art gets out there and famous, and like making money out of the art.
So okay, what kind of art do you do, and what?
I
how
do
you
whatever I'm
feel?
feeling at the moment, I think, because I have a lot of different.
But why painting? Like all of a sudden you started painting.
I don't know what it is that when I'm painting, it's just like, but I only can do it when I'm happy. I can never do it when I'm sad. Like, it doesn't come out. I can't even grab the brush, like nothing.
Oh,
but if
wow.
I'm happy, I'm coming home and I'm just like, which I'm always usually happy. So I'm like, I grab always big canvases. I can never do small. It's just don't entertain me. I have to have something big and making a mess in my apartment, or sometimes I have like storage as studios. I go to people's studios,
Okay.
and I just start, you know, it's like something, it's like guiding me to do that.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know what it is, but it's probably was meant to be.
What inspires you, or how do you get your like creative?
It just happens. I'll think of something, and then I want this big canvas, and I want to paint something on it, and then I don't even know what's gonna come out into, like, I'm doing it, and it just happens.
How did you learn about, like?
I just learned by doing it. Because the baby daddy was like, no, you are not gonna have a job. You are not, because I wanted him to pay for my college. I wanted it to be a designer. I love fashion.
Okay.
And he was like, no, you're not gonna work anywhere. You're having my baby. Like, you're gonna stay home. So then he had a storage that he was like, he was selling like wheelchairs, electronic ones. So I'm like, can I go there? Because now I'm taking over the whole house. When I'm painting, I won't buy one canvas, and I buy two, then three, then four, and then
It's
I'm
everywhere.
like, it's everywhere.
Okay.
So that's when I start creating. That's how I create.
Okay.
Like, wild. Like, you know, when they say like artists are crazy, yeah, I'm probably a little bit crazy, because that's, you know, I can't finish one thing. I have to like be doing a lot of ones, and then into eventually you finish. You know.
So you start painting, you like it, you continue, like
It's like peace to me.
it gives you like a creative expression.
Yeah.
And then you do sculptures also,
Yeah.
right?
These little sculptures with little soldiers, G.I. Joes. I think it's so entertaining.
Where did you get that idea?
So I remember when the baby was little, they were closing Toys R Us. So then
Okay.
there was buckets of soldiers.
Okay.
So I tried to do like sculptures, or like I tried to do like paintings and add stuff in it. Like I added like sewing, and I added like materials, cement, like everything. You know, I added toys, I added teddy bears, but nothing looks as good as little soldiers everywhere. So I did a huge map with little soldiers, and it looked so amazing that I was like, what else can I do? So I started doing other things that didn't look good, so I threw them away. But and then I bought a ball, and I filled them up, which I didn't know that I was doing all the soldiers, different ones, because when you buy a bag of soldiers, or when there is a soldier, you have to separate them, because it's like 10 different ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God. So imagine how much time I have in my mind or in my head, or how relaxing that was, that I just go and separate the soldiers, which takes me forever. But it's like, I'm like, that's like my peaceful moment, like my, I don't know what I'm thinking there, but
You're in a different zone.
yes, I'm zoning. And then I put them all together now. I'm making them like in a bowl. Like, it just looks like geometry, you know, like mathematics. Like, everything has to be perfect. You have to count them. Like, everything has
You
to
make
be.
everything? You do everything yourself?
Yes.
That
It's
must take like
insane.
hours and hours.
Now it's not, but it used to take me so long. Or they will come out crooked, and you can't fix them no more, because once they're glued, then I put like resin, and I resin them like 3 times, so they never break off.
Okay.
I just make them so good. It's a lot of work.
I
Well,
saw-
now I master it, because I did it. Somebody told me, like, somebody really, really famous in the art world told me. He
Who
went
is
through
this?
my page, and then his name is Roman. He makes. Have you seen the bags, the like purses with the butterflies coming out, real
Yes,
butterflies?
yeah.
That he's like in the biggest galleries.
Yes.
Adam, him.
This guy.
He's a French guy, yeah, super. So he's like, let me see your Instagram, and like he's like, these worlds are amazing. Just do these, because I was always doing everything. I didn't know what to do. I never was gifted. I always used to be like, God, why don't you give me like how everybody's
Talent.
gifted to, like, yeah, the one design, you know? No, I just do things from my feelings. I think my emotions, or what I'm going through. So that's the only thing that when he's like guiding me like that, he guided me. He's like, do these ones, focus on these and perfect them. And then I just went and did like, I mean, it took me so long to do these 10, but I did them so good and perfect that I was like, I want Trump to have these, because he's soldiers, you know, like warriors, like
Donald
in
Trump?
a map, like, yeah. Now they're in a lot of places, like a lot of my producers and people, like celebrities, have my sculptures.
How much do you sell for like one
They
piece?
go from 5,000. I did a huge one for 10K, and sometimes before I used to sell them for 1,000. If they come out a little bit bad, like my friends want to buy them for 500 or 1,000. Depends, because I just did little ones, you know.
Okay.
Or I'll gift it to somebody if it's their birthday to make them feel special.
What's the most expensive piece that you sold?
25,000, and that's
Yeah.
the soldiers
Oh.
with the worlds. with the
Wow.
world, with the map. It was a whole map.
Like a big.
And it was in Boca, yes. I put it in a restaurant, and I don't even know who has it, but this person fell in love, and he took it and paid that much. And then I have a piece right now. So I did a healing because somehow I'm really connected to healers. Like healers always come to me and tell me, hey, I want to like something about it. So then I did ayahuasca.
Oh,
And then the
Colombia?
ayahuasca, no, here in Miami,
Okay.
with a really big healer that he does like for Drake and everybody.
Okay.
And he's like, and I was scared to do that, but I eventually did it. And what he told me that I'm gonna make a piece that's gonna help some kids, and I'm not gonna keep any other money. It's gonna be to help these kids. So I woke up from the ayahuasca. I looked at my phone, and the baby, the ayahuasca said a baby face. Then I see this baby face. And I'm like, the first thing when I come out of ayahuasca, I see, and so I'm like, I cannot do faces. I don't know what it is, but I cannot do faces. I wish. So then I called somebody, my friend, and he's like a professional with faces. And I'm like, look, please. And he's like, oh my God, my aunt, she gets like things they told her, like, you know, like kind of like a psychic or like, you know. He's like, my aunt just called me 10 minutes ago and told me somebody's going to call you to make a piece. You have to make it because it's to help kids. Wow. And then so we did this baby face, which I still have it, and that one's supposed to be 100,000. That's what ayahuasca said, or the world, you know, like the plant that you do for helping the kids. So when I told the guy, he's like, I don't even care to make money, but we're gonna help these kids. Let's make the piece. We did it in one day, this face. And it took us like 8 hours. Yeah, the painting. And this painting is so beautiful. You could see the sadness of the baby, and the baby is so cute. It's blue. It's the Indian tribe.
Indian tribe.
Yeah. And
I think I've seen it. I saw it online.
it's so beautiful. Oh my God. I showed it for Abaso too, but the ayahuasca said that it was somebody that owns a hotel that's going to buy this. So I'm still waiting. How I know that this is so true, not only because the guy, when I asked him, he's like, my sister told me that. Not only that, but also because one time I used to do a lot of shows, events, and I put all my art in a truck and I take it myself. And one time I was in my garage, like I got home in the truck, I drive it myself, and I got home, and then when I opened it back, all the art fell on that baby. So I'm in the back trying to push all the art, and I'm like, the baby! And the neighbors come running, wow, baby. And I'm like, help me with the pieces. So they thought the baby was there. And I'm like, push all the art. And I'm going crazy. I'm telling you, my life is a movie. And I'm like, push the baby. And I don't know how, I swear, it was bent. And when they put everything back, that wood did not break. So I was there thinking, wow, so that's like a for sure that somebody that owns a hotel is gonna buy the baby for 100,000, and that's like my most expensive piece, because that's what I think, and that's what's eventually gonna happen, because the world told me, you know.
How was your experience with the ayahuasca?
It was just like, you know, you see like triangles and squares and da da da, and he also told me like, first, oh my God. Yes, you vomit, and then at first it was, I guess, too strong, but I saw the aliens coming and they were fixing me. You know, like the aliens came, like the skinny aliens came, and they were like trying to like fix me and tell me to stop breathing. So then the helper of ayahuasca came and put some mint on me, so I came back to like the aliens went away or whatever. And then after a while, then I was like in Egypt. I always think this. I was in Egypt in the ayahuasca, and then I was grabbing Moses out of the water. And then your mind turns into something else, and then you see stars and squares sometimes. So when you're like you're in the room, sometimes your mind is not in the room because you're like imagining like the past or whatever. I don't know. So I think my soul has a lot to do with Egypt, because I'm also really obsessed. Like I don't even feel Colombian. I feel like I'm like Egyptian. Arabic. Yes. Like
what do you like about the Egyptian?
Is that the connection with the ayahuasca, and I did another healings with another person that was really famous on the healing world. Like he did all like the presidents and everybody. His name was Dr. Sapi. I even came out in the front cover of US Weekly with him and like in LA. It's like, what the hell? I literally get into like this, everything somehow it just happens, you know, like.
Do you think you have some supernatural ability or something like
No,
that?
I don't know. You know how
Or
some
like
people are like
energy?
meant to be doing something. Maybe everything is for your story. Everything. Sometimes I feel like everything is meant to happen for a reason. You know, I don't know what it is, but
But do you see like a person's aura, or do you
no,
sense the
I don't
person's
see that.
energy? No,
I
any of that.
wish no. I also had a boyfriend that I was thinking in my head, my stomach was like, he's gay, and he swears that he's not, but I don't know. I think he is, but I don't know. It's so that's he's like, are you crazy? So your intuition is not really truth, and I'm like, but I really feel it in my stomach. So I guess my intuition is not good because he says it's not, but I don't know.
Well,
So yeah, no, that doesn't work for me. I don't see auras, and I guess my
maybe he's
intuition
gay,
is
maybe he's not. We don't know.
yeah.
But how do you enter in the art world, first of all?
I started doing Jewish stars that look like Louis Vuittons. So that's
Okay.
like the first thing I did, and they look so perfect with lines and like the box from the Louis Vuitton. I was like, oh my god, let me make it into a star. And
Wait. How do you convert to Judaism? How
you
is
have
that?
to study for a year.
Did you?
Yeah.
What
You have to study like everything, like what Jews, like the religion, the prayers,
Okay.
like everything. You go every Wednesday for a whole year, and then the three rabbis ask you questions, everything. Like,
Oh, it's like an exam, a test.
yeah, they want to know, like, you got to make sure, you know?
So when you convert, you
I mean, I convert, you go to the waters, and I went with my daughter and made her Jewish and me Jewish, and the rabbis are there. And, you know, they ask you all the questions. And
But let's say you want to go back to being Christian or Catholic.
yeah, you just go and do the baptism.
Are you
I haven't done it yet, but because now that I know all religion and all these things that we're learning, I don't know, through Instagram, and everybody's posting this and that and God and Jesus and that. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus, the Virgin Mary. Yes, I know everything is a story. The people, now that they say, oh, people made it like this, Masons did it like this. Now we just don't know the world, but whatever I feel inside of me, I mean, I grew up Catholic, so I feel like the story, it's just a story. It's like our story from the beginning. Like Jesus was Jewish, and everything that happened is like that, you know?
Okay, so that inspired, like, you converted, that inspired your art. You did the
Yeah, that
Star of
inspired me.
David.
And then I also had Rabbi Pinto come and bless the stars one time, came to my house.
Who is this?
Rabbi Pinto is the biggest rabbi in the Jewish religion ever. Like, for him to come, it's like you're blessed.
He lives in Miami. No.
No, but he goes all over the world. Like, the people pay him to come. Like, you know, like, he's like a big blessing. Just for him to come and bless you is like the most amazing thing that could happen to a Jewish person.
Okay.
And
Wow.
yeah, and he was telling me some stuff, which, you know, I think is amazing. And that's the time that I was going through a breakup with the baby daddy. So it was like, you know, I was just following my heart, you know, just doing what I think is right, because I feel like being with a man after 7 years that doesn't respect you as a woman. I know it's hard to break up a family, but sometimes you have to put your feet down and just like end things that, you know, we women have value, and we need to, like, you know, sometimes if you're not happy in one thing, you just go. Like, why to be miserable, you know?
I understand.
And then, you know, it would have been like if we broke up, and then the guy would have been like, try to be like, oh my God, I lost this, let me get it back. But eventually, no, he had so much hate in him. Even until now, 3 years later, he just like texts me crazy things like, I want you to die, I want you in jail. So it's really sad for me. I went kind of like a little bit of depressed hearing and seeing these texts. I had to block him from everything, but he does anything to, like, you know, tells my daughter bad things about me, and I'm just like, whatever. I gotta ignore it, you know. It's just like, live my life, have a boyfriend, and do what I like, or do whatever I want now that, you know, living my own life.
So what's next for you? Like, movies,
I just
art?
focusing, yes, I want my art to be movies. I want to make my art known, make myself known, be able to do what I came here that I feel to do, to, like, because I'm not really into like, oh, I want to be a millionaire and like, yeah, get all the money for me. No, I want to like make money through my art, be able to help other people. Like, I want to go to places where a lot of people we don't know because we get all into this like, oh, our money and this is ours. But no, when you go to other countries, which I'm always traveling, you see all these other people that need help, and I
Where
just
have
love
you
that.
been?
I've been everywhere. I travel all over the world: Thailand, Dubai, all the sides of Dubai, all everywhere in Thailand, Bangkok, Colombia, Mexico, like the
Italy? Have you been to Italy?
been to Italy.
Did you
Yeah.
like?
Yeah, I love Italy. Oh my God. I love it. So beautiful. The people there, like, I feel like Italy is one of the places that you feel the most like peace, nature, and love. People there is really loving.
Yeah,
It's
It's a lot of
amazing.
good things.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I want to ask you a little bit, like, out of this whole journey of your life, and I'm sure there's still a lot.
Yeah, so many
Happening.
things. Like, oh my God, like
Um,
movies.
Like, I mean, the idea of the podcast is it's called the hero's journey. So essentially, it's like the person's whole journey and
Okay.
the various stages that you go through. In this journey of yours, like, when would you say there was like a dark moment, and how did you overcome that? What happened inside you that it made you go over the obstacle?
Yeah, so I mean, I had a couple of them. Like from being in LA and acting and hanging out with all these people, the party and stuff like that. That was dark moments. That's why God blessed me with a kid. And like in Vegas when I was little, like Floyd Mayweather hit me in the head one time with a bottle and opened me, and I had like 20 stitches, and I was just suffering because I was looking so ugly. This scar in my head, I still have it. You can see it right there.
I don't see it.
I mean, it's been like 20 years, but
Oh, this one here.
yeah, I had 20 stitches, and I was like, I'm so ugly.
You have
blah,
some
blah, blah.
painting.
Yeah,
No, I'm joking,
I
I'm joking.
came from painting, so I have paint all over my nails. Like, I was
I'm joking,
literally
I'm joking.
painting the biggest piece, 100 foot. So
Why did it hit you with the bottle?
So I was like underage trying to go to a club, but I knew the door guy, the guy security guard. He
Yeah.
was my neighbor, so he's like, "Come." And the moment that I came, he was walking in, and he was like, "Don't love that bitch." And I didn't really know English. I was 17, and then the neighbor's like, "No, I'm letting her in." He's checking my ID. It was at the House of Blues at the Mandalay Bay. And he's like, "Oh, fuck this bitch." And I heard bitch. And I was like, I told him some stuff. And he was like, "What? You're not going to say that to me? I'm Floyd." And I didn't know what he was saying, but I just went upstairs. And there was an elevator. And the elevator only accepted a couple people. So we went in the elevator. Then I go to my table. Then when I see him coming, running from the door with a bottle, boom, he hits me and my friends. Boom, the blood started coming out. His girlfriend's holding me. There is blood everywhere. I saw the white light there. I was like this, shaking into a concussion. I came out in the news. The ambulance went there, tried to stop the blood. I was in the hospital for 3 days. It was like terrible. I had the biggest stitches here. Like all my head was like shaved, and it was terrible. But that made me really sad because I didn't understand. Like I was so young. I was like, why? That was even before I had that boyfriend that hit me.
Oh, wow.
And then and like, so life goes up and downs. You have good moments and you have bad moments, and they come and go. So you can't just be stuck in, like, the kids that get depressed. They're like, oh, and then they think that their life is over. We have to really tell them that no, it's a moment that you go through, and then life could change and turn around and switch, to a whole other stuff. Like, you could fall in love with somebody else. There is never an ending. There is always like something better.
Some
Like,
new
there is no
beginnings.
reason to stay home and be depressed. Like, I was depressed for a little bit not too long ago because I had this boyfriend that I loved, and somehow, I mean, something happened. I'm really free. So like, I went and cheated on him, and I told him.
Why did you cheat if you loved them?
Yeah, because I'm just like, think like that. I'm just like open-minded.
Have
But then I didn't know I love him until he told me, like, hey, that's
you
it.
tried an open relationship?
Well, no, people don't want that.
Really?
But yeah, so when I told him, then he was like, no, this is not. And I was like, that's when I found out that, oh shit, I'm in love with him. And I was so sad and this and that. And I went to like an emotional thing. And I was like, I don't know why I was so in love with this guy. But I don't know, moments like that, and I was thinking, oh my God, no, I can't. But and then you get out of your like sad moment, and then you go and do something else. You just gotta go out there and do something and just get distracted. Even though it's sad, its sadness don't last that long, like 5 days to 20 days.
What about, so you said you had the near-death experience.
I have many, like that one, the Floyd, the car one. I also had.
You said you saw a light or something? Like
Yeah, that was like, yeah, I saw the light when Floyd hit me, and like the girlfriend was holding me. There was blood everywhere. I saw the light there too. When I had other moments, but like maybe it's more like private, those other ones that I had. But also I went to get a massage somewhere, and they massaged my neck, and then I was like, oh, I'm just like sleepy. I went to the hotel, and I'm just like laying down and sleeping. Then I was dating somebody at the time, and they were like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I just want to sleep. So we were living in Miami, and I was in Vegas at the time. We went for Halloween, and I'm like, let's just leave me sleeping. So he leaves me in the room. I stayed there 3 days. Then my mom is like calling me, like, what's going on? I'm like, I'm just sleeping. Anyways, an ambulance comes, gets me from the hotel. Because like I just don't want to wake up. Like I was tired. Little that I know, like, so the ambulance takes me to the hospital, and they're like, no, nothing's going on. They send me home at my mom's house. I'm like, I'm sleeping, I'm tired. Anyways, I end up going back to the hospital.
What happened?
And it was an artery. Artery was dissected. The blood wasn't going in my brain for 5 days.
That's why you were sleeping?
So then they were like, you're about to have a stroke. Like, we have to. So I stayed in the hospital for 1 month.
How did they find that it was here?
Because they did CT scans, and they scanned, and they saw that the artery was pulled off of the muscle. I don't know. And then for healing that, only takes, you have to take your blood super thin into it heals. So for 1 month, I had to lay down into the vein, healed back, and then the blood started flowing back in the system. And that's why they keep you in the hospital, because the blood thinners are so thin that if anything hits you, you could like blow up inside. So I had to like really stay there. Like, it's so crazy.
And in the moment you had another near-death experience?
Well, yeah, I feel like that's like that's, yeah, because when they found that, they were like, oh my God, maybe you're gonna make it or not. The blood is not really, you have like no blood in your brain. It was crazy. But I was like, okay, whatever. Here we go again, like.
So if I look at your whole story, what you told me, your life, it looks like, it's a roller coaster, like up, down,
yeah,
going
it's
full
like
speed,
a movie, like, yeah,
you throw yourself in experiences, you like to try experience.
Yeah, I have jumped from planes, I have like bungee jump, I just always doing something, entertainment and action and everything, like in jazz, it's like everything.
What is your sign? What's your sign?
I'm a Cancer. 710, which they say is really emotional, but I think since I came out of that coma, I've been more like a Leo. Like Leos are like, I came out in like a Leo, like super in August. Fire. So yeah, so you're like more like you, whatever you want, you do, like everything, like business is strict, like that. But
how do you slow down? Do you slow down? Do you relax? Do you like chill? Or you always...
Maybe when I'm painting, it's a little bit of relax, but I still like get entertained, and then somebody's like, go here, and I'll just go somewhere. So that's why it takes me longer to finish the art. Because I just want to go do something exciting. I just can't be bored.
Interesting. So we're at the end. We're wrapping up. I give you like full...
Wait until you see my movie.
That's eventually.
Once the success comes, and then I'm able to do what I wanted to do, like, like charities, and then be able to do the charities and be able to help kids or like collect money and do what I want to do. I think that's the moment that we're able to put a movie together, or who knows what's going to happen next. Like, you never know with me.
I have no idea.
Because I also, man, I don't want to say it, but yeah, no, you never know with me. Like, more things happen.
Say.
No. Let's keep it for next episode.
Who can play your part in the movie?
Which actors?
Yes.
We'll see what happens. We don't know.
You have
Let's
someone in
see
mind?
how long we're gonna leave.
Eva Mendes.
Yeah.
Eva Mendes?
We'll see what happens. Let's see.
Oh, you already have? You don't want to say? You already have?
No, but maybe one of these YouTubers. We don't know, because right now the celebrity life, like these actors, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I give you full control. Like we're closing here. Is there anything that you didn't say you want to say? A message, something about your life or your family, anything?
I mean, I just feel like I should say for everybody that goes through like sadness, depression, life, hard times, like poor times and things like that, everything could change. We just gotta focus and like just be in the moment and focus and not. I mean, I did this a lot, that I followed the dark side and I was always partying, but I think that's what made me kind of not be as successful as I want. But we gotta take it like this, like our life is like our stories, so just like enjoy the moments, not try to be like sad or anything, because everything has a fix. We could fix anything,
Let's go.
you know.
All right, guys. I enjoyed. Like for me, it was like a trip this morning. I don't even.
And there is even way more things that I can't say.
Yeah,
I wanted
exactly.
to like be in a movie.
Off camera, she told me stories that we cannot share, but
like crazy.
There's a lot going on with this woman. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I'm really excited to see what you're gonna do.
Yeah, me too.
She gave you her Instagram.
My name is Leidy Masso. My website, Leidy Masso. But let's see. Let's keep going.
Let's keep going. We're gonna watch the movie when it comes out. Thank you, Leidy. Thank you for
Let's
sharing.
watch it.
Thank you, guys, and on to the next one. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Peace.